Look at me. You know what to see.
I'm catching the guap, so fuck all the cops that want me to sit in the cell. I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm trying to get to a cell.
Okay, we lit.
What's up with you, boy?
Everything good, man. Cass, appreciate you taking your time as always, man.
You already know, boy.
Yo, one thing I gotta say, man, every time, man, I just gotta say I'm honored. Always a pleasure to rock with you. You definitely was one of the guys. I always got started like that, Cass. Like, I give you flowers while you can smell them, because you just, I grew up watching you kill shit for so many years, and for you to come into battle rap and having the energy you have, it's good to see you, rocking with niggas like us and, taking your time to fuck with the culture like that.
Nah, salute, man. I'm happy to be here, man. This is my favorite part of hip-hop, man, battle rap. So, I'm going to always be around, boy.
Nah, real talk, man. As far as, the energy and everything going on, a lot of people are talking about the face-off. Some like it, some don't. Some feel like, a lot of it was crossing the line, especially where the battle rap is right now, where everybody trying to be aggressive or too tough or trying to portray characters or, keeping it from where it's supposed to be about business and guys getting their emotions into it to where sometimes it get physical and shit get out of control to where sponsors might want to pull out or niggas don't even get their back ends.
Yeah, niggas be drawn, man, but I just think that come along with being competitive. Like, you know what I'm saying? In all sports, you see fights. When people being competitive, people betting money, people got opinions on who they think done good. It's always going to be that type of energy. But I feel like the battle rappers just got to learn how to do business slightly better, how to carry themselves a little better. You know what I mean? This is like, it's combat with words, so you can't be letting words affect you like you ready to react and punch somebody and lose money or go to jail or do whatever you're willing to do over words when you already signing up to come battle with words. Now, if you didn't sign up for that and you're a regular person on the street and somebody come up to you and, might violate you and just come up and say, suck my dick, then you got the right to take it to whatever level you want to take it to because you ain't asked for that. But if you signed the contract up and that's what come along with battle rap, then you got to have a callus around yourself. You got to be stronger. You got to make better decisions and just know that it's going to hurt the business more than anything. But I think because these battle rappers know so many people watching, so many eyes is on them, they got a certain reputation to uphold, got a certain image to portray. So I think that's what's affecting battle rap right now. But that's why I'm back. I've been promoting Bars is back. My focus is who is the best MC, who the best lyricist, who can rap the best. Not all the extra shit. Not who the funniest, not who the toughest, not who the most athletic, not who can dance the best. All that's good, those good talents, but I don't feel that those things win battle rap. So I'm trying to get people to focus back on what's important. And I think the universe is helping me, and that's why you're starting to see what's going on right now so the fans can realize what's really important as bars.
Like you said, he looked up to you or he actually appreciated you before y'all got in the ring, but now y'all get in the ring. It gets so crazy, so volatile and things like that. How do you guys, particularly yourself, being such a high-profile person in this shit, how do you, deal with your image? Because I'm sure a lot of people who don't have the clout you have or the recognition you have, like you said, we'll go off the deep end, off of words and things like that. But how do you, if you could give any advice to those that are out there who's in the same sport, how do you, I guess, keep your composure and keep yourself from having to take it further than just, y'all handling your business and keeping it rap?
I think these battle rappers should be more real with themselves. Stop trying to portray an image that's really not you. And base your punchline, your schemes, and your rap around an image that's more how you are. And then if a dude try to expose you or say anything that's personal, it won't affect you because you will know the truth and you standing on the truth. That's why when people be saying all of these things to me, it might affect somebody else that those things that these people saying apply to, but it don't affect me because I know that's not me. and I know the people that count in the world know the real me. So I'm comfortable with that because I feel like I'm one of the realest dudes around on battle rap. But if most of these dudes was coming from more of a real place, then I don't think you would have so much um hype or interruptions or none of this shit because I don't feel like dudes would feel their characters in question no more if they was coming from a more real place. But if you saying you kill everybody in every rap, and then I come up and I be like, you pussy, you ain't got no cases, you bitch ass nigga, then that'll affect you because it's hurting. You think that that's gonna hurt your whole career because all of the fans you think that you got love you off the fact that they think you a shooter. So if somebody can prove that you're really not a shooter, people feel like that's gonna hurt their career, and that's why they want to react. You know what I mean?
What you saying about guys really just portraying their normal self so they don't get out of hand? What's up, little homie? Who's that one, Cass? Because I know you got another one to pit.
Yeah, it's an XL bully. This
Okay.
a shit too.
Okay.
Georgia, I named Georgia.
Oh, hers?
Yeah.
That's funny. The fan I just called you, her name was Georgia.
Oh, all right, that's crazy. But
Yeah.
we both got Georgias with us.
Facts. But yeah, man. Now as far as one video that I did with you and K-Shine and Bill Collector, that one ended up going crazy viral, and it seemed like the fans was looking at it like you were telling Bill Collector like, yo, don't be so friendly and all that, because at the same time we putting up this at least this look to the fans like, yo, we about to go at it. So you know what I mean? If you could clarify that, because it seemed like, you know, Bill got a little offended with that, and just, you know, and some people be like, yo, but you know, you guys are cool and things like that. But what were you trying to portray, or what were you trying to say at that point to Bill? Because he's saying, people saying, well, you were still cool with K-Shine, or you still talk to K-Shine, or whatever.
For me, I still talk to K-Shine.
That's what they were saying. They was like, well, you were still cool with K-Shine, like you still had a conversation with him. You didn't treat him like the enemy, but you.
I had a conversation with all of the battle rappers that I wasn't battling. I just ain't had no conversation with Arsonal. K-Shine is not Arsonal right-hand man. That's not his homie. That's not a dude you see with Arsonal every day. So me talking to K-Shine is, and I'm not talking to him like we the best of friends. I'm just talking to him about this battle rap shit, and everything is cool. I was talking to DNA that night, Reed Dollars, K Walker, Geechee Gotti, Nas, you got to be beefing with every battle rapper and ready to shoot it out with every battle rapper. I'm saying when you locked in contract to battle a nigga, don't be all friendly and all happy-go-lucky with niggas and all buddy-buddy with niggas. Like, make the fans feel like you really taking this battle seriously and you really about to lock in and try to win. Now, even though he not battling K-Shine, he battling DNA, and everybody know K-Shine and DNA is like brothers. They do 2 and 2s together. They always together. They like best friends. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, why would you be shaking his hand and complimenting him and bigging them all up when you about to battle this man and you know he gonna be on the other side of the stage? You know what I'm saying? So I was just saying, like, for the look of it. You know what I'm saying? Not telling niggas to really beef and make some imaginary beef up, but just stop being so friendly and cool. The fans don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Nobody don't want to see that. People want to see y'all be competitive and get busy. And now I'm bringing that competitive energy back. A lot of battle rappers been thanking me, man, for this energy that's back. This the new way the culture feel.
Yeah.
They happy about it. You know what I'm saying? It's just the dudes that's not trying to put in the work that's a little bit frustrated. But it's gonna change though. All of them dudes gonna change around. They're gonna know. They're gonna realize their weaknesses and realize what they need to do to be in a better predicament.
You did tell him not to use the super duper scope. I know the fans, they be fucking with the super duper scope, Cass.
Some of these back rappers just keep using and doing the same things over and over again and not being creative enough. And it's like, I want to see them really get busy, really spit some bars and really take it serious. Now, if you're going to do the super duper scope, you got to do it in a more creative way than you ever did it and show me that you're taking it serious, not just go out there and I'll just shoot you and just start playing all the time. Like, he a real goofy dude that play a lot. But he do got potential to be a better battle rapper. He got potential to be, I think, if he really took this shit more serious. And there's nobody around to tell him to take it more serious. Everybody just accept the foolishness that he be doing.
Okay.
So that's why I'm back around telling them, like, yo, this shit about to be in Philly. There's a lot of eyes open. This shit ain't no game, man. Niggas ain't trying to hear your excuses if you fuck up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, step it up. Like, and that's the tip I was on. And I don't think there's nothing wrong with that, man. I think these dudes need some motivation from somewhere.
Now, as far as Philly going down this Sunday and everything like that, I know you super prepared. You was locked in before and everything like that. One thing I saw this morning on Twitter, you reposted a video about somebody breaking down the science and everything like that. And I think when people hear that, they probably think you're just saying it, and they don't really understand what the science, like if there's really a science behind this. They might think like, nah, it's rap. I like what I like. It's all opinionated. I like this. It don't really gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I seen homie breaking down yours and Rum Nitty bars when it came to syllables and how you are actually able to rhyme 4-word syllables, and how some of the things these guys may say won't even really rhyme. It'll just be a different bunch of things put together. And that's kind of what I seen from watching the video. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
My question to you was, what's your interpretation of the science, and what is the science to the people who don't really understand, who might just think this is all opinionated? I just like what I like, and it is what it is. There's no better or worse. If he say it, I like it, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it's not all opinionated. It's opinionated to a certain point. Like who your favorite basketball player is opinionated. But you got to go by certain statistics that's fact. It just is what it is. The point of playing basketball is to score the ball. You know what I mean? And them stats that you see that these players got are real. So it is a science behind it. Like it is rules. It's things that's in writing raps that's more difficult to do than others. Some things are more easy. It's an art, and I think a lot of people are getting credit for art that other people created. They're not like really knowledgeable of the history of the culture period. And I think that's what people need to do. They need to learn where it started from, learn where it came from, in order to know where it's about to go. And a lot of these dudes don't even got no history in the culture to understand the science. They just grew up listening to rap and knew that they liked it and just trying to imitate whatever part that they felt as though was good about it. But they don't really understand the blueprint of it. And it's not a lot of dudes that could teach you neither. And that's why I know that I'm needed, not just in the industry, but in the culture period, because I can teach you. I plan on doing classes and breaking it down, similar to how the dude tried to do in the video, and he's doing a good job, but even he don't know the science as much as me. Like, I could break it down even way more than that. So I want people to be able to learn the science so you can understand what you're listening to. Like, if you don't know the science and the rules, then like you said, it will be all opinionated. You won't be able to tell which line you heard was better. Like, whether you could relate to it or more or whatever, you'll think is better. You won't really know what was more difficult to do, what was more original, what type of figurative language was the person using. You won't understand that. But now people are starting to dig deeper, listen deeper, and starting to know that it is a science behind it and starting to learn it. And it is dudes that do learn, know part of the science, like the guy that put up that blog that's starting to bring it to the table to make people understand. But once you understand the science, it wouldn't be no comparisons between me and dudes like Rum Nitty. Like, you heard me say this a lot of times, even before he did that blog, that he make a lot of mistakes. It's a lot of things he do wrong that he got to work on and on improving. And it's like force punching. It's not really structured the right way. I told people that a lot of times, but I didn't necessarily break it down so people could understand it all the way. But I know. And if people understood the science better, it wouldn't even be no comparisons between me and dudes like that, because they make so many mistakes so many times. And I haven't been making the mistakes ever since I was 16, 17 years old. So it's a big difference.
Nah, the reason I say that, because I feel like that's very important. The reason is, to this day, I still going. Well, like, whether people think this is the battle of the year or the best battle, whatever, between you and Goods, I feel like it's probably the most debated battle that I've like come across because to this day, people are debating so many things. People are debating, oh, he won the crowd, or he had more direct lines, and then I hear other people saying, but Cass actually had bars, like back to back bars that rhyme, that make sense, that's figurative and things like that. While Goods were just saying more like statement raps. Like he'll just say something and that'll be like the crowd will go crazy for that. So as far as battle rap, how do you figure out how to like handle it? Because it seems like it doesn't really matter in battle rap. Like it does. Like people don't really have to rhyme their whole words or this to get a reaction from the people. You know what I'm saying? You could say some simple shit, or you could do a simple movement.
I'm coming back to show people that a reaction sometimes from the crowd is not what's important. You can see a lot of these dudes that get a lot of big crowd reactions, but the battles is not putting up numbers. They not getting paid a lot to come out. A lot of people is not interested in their next battle. Since me and Goods battle, he had 2 battles since then, and nobody don't even really know about neither one of them battles really. Nobody not talking about it, blogging about it. Nobody don't really know. You know what I'm saying? But my next battle is like the center of attention. You know what I'm saying? And I think these dudes be getting crowd reactions, but it's not really effective. They just might be getting a reaction from a certain amount of people that's in the crowd. So if they got 1,000 people in the venue and a couple, 150 people react, then it's going to sound like it's the whole crowd. But it don't even be the whole crowd that's in the venue. And the people that's watching, the fans that's seeing it on YouTube, on the app, and on all these different places, they not satisfied with these bars that these dudes bring to the table. And the reason why dudes might say I didn't have a great performance is because they hear the Avengers in the front row booing and not going to like what they used to. So they think the line is hot, but they see people not responding right. So they like, yo, it's not how he wrote it. Because the way he wrote it is incredible. It must just be how he said it or how he performed it if they wasn't going crazy for that line. So that's the only thing that they could think about is that you got to work on your performance, not knowing that my performance was good too. They just not used to that type of performance. They used to the silly stuff. So they think because you didn't do that, that's why you didn't get the good reaction. But I don't understand the reason why I didn't get the good reaction is because I'm going against the grain and I'm making everybody feel uncomfortable. So in the beginning, everybody not going to be happy with that, and a lot of people is going to boo it off because they don't want things to change. But once they see it's definitely changing and they can't prevent it, then people start to change up. So this battle in Philly, the energy is going to be completely different. So it's going to come down to who can rap the best. And anybody with any common sense know clearly who can rap better between me and Arsonal. Like, it's like clear as day, like who rap better. So the only thing that people think is that some type of way that he can perform better or just shout better or he just been on URL stages to know how to swing his arms better. They trying to make up all these excuses of how it could be a match because they know he can't rap better than me. But the reason why you battle is to prove who the better rapper.
As far as Arsonal, you said you're going to be better than you was the last 2 times that we saw you and things like that. We know, like you say, it is about bars, and bars is probably the leading factor. But from my experience in watching these, it's about more than bars now. It's about more than bars. These guys are doing, like, yes, your words is the ultimate thing, but it feels like it's about more than bars, and it feels like a lot of the fans feel like Arsonal may be well-rounded coming into this battle. What's your thoughts on that? And have you thought about expanding or, I guess, trying to give something, I guess, to where you could get crowd reaction or whatever like that? Is that important to you, or are you just sticking to your guns with what you got?
I'm the best performer when it comes to battle rap. If you look at Disaster battle and if you look at Goods battle, I was a different person in both of the battles. How I was performing, how I was acting, what I was doing, how I broke my opponent down was completely different. So I'm a great performer. Like, people just don't understand what real performance is because they so used to these battle rappers doing that clown shit on stage. So if I was to come back and put on an excellent performance, people wouldn't understand because they never seen it before. So I had to come back without relying on performance and none of the extra shit, just bars, to show people that they couldn't fuck with me with no theatrics, no antics, no extra shit. Just rapping in real battle rap style how you supposed to do it. But now when I add the performance, I add the antics, or I add the theatrics, but I do it the right way, people will be able to see the difference now. Okay. So it's all it's like you can't just come back and just be full blast and show people everything if they're not even prepared for the little bit of shit that you brought back.
I got you.
It's going to take time for people to realize, like, okay, it's like this. Now they accept a little more. So now we at a point where we going to Philly, we in the city. And I think a lot of people in the world is ready for a higher level of figurative language, a more complex form of putting bars together than versus goods. It's not going to be the same science as versus goods. That was like a lower form of the science than I'm going to bring to the table this time, just with bars alone. Plus, I'm going to bring a lot of extra shit that people not prepared for, they not used to, and they never seen it before. And it's going to be the real way you're supposed to perform in, a real way you're supposed to control the crowd. And everybody know that I could do that better because I've been faced with that my whole career more than these dudes. With controlling crowds, with rocking audiences, with knowing how people emotionally gonna react when you do certain shit. Like, I'm the best at that. So what would make people think I couldn't control the crowd to have stage performance? It's like, that's the easiest shit in the world. But I don't want people to focus on what's the easiest thing in the world to do. Because my 10-year-old son that's about to turn 11, he can do all of them performance moves that every battle rapper do. There's not one battle rapper that can do a move that my about to be 11-year-old son can't do. Any of those gun moves or any of those things y'all do, he can do easily. He don't even got to practice. He can just see y'all do it one time and he can just do it right away. But can he put together these bars like that?
I hear you.
Get this form of these bars and just say, all right, I'm about to just write that. No, niggas can't do that. But niggas can do that shit that y'all talking about is the new wave. So how can a new wave be something that anybody could do? Like, that's not battle rap. Battle rap is something that only a rare few can do. And that's why I'm not trying to dig up them small things that these dudes do. Like, anybody could go, bah! Anybody. You don't have to be like a especially gifted person or like went to some type of college or got some special education to learn how to do violence. Stop.
Yeah.
Do a gun symbol. You don't gotta be like no professional to do all of this shit that they saying is performance. So if anybody could do it, then it must not really be performance. Performance is shit I see Chris Brown, Beyonce, and them do because my 10-year-old son can't just do what they do right away. He might try, but he's not going to be able to do it. That's a real performance. What y'all do is not real performance. So let's focus on the bars. Add that extra shit, that's cool. Just let people know that that's the icing on the cake. Don't make it seem like that's the actual cake.
I got you. Now, I haven't hear you speak too much about your opponent. What do you think about Arsonal? You know what I'm saying at this point? Like, because do you put him on there for actual battle rap as one of the Mount Rushmore dudes or one of the best that's ever done it in this shit? Like, do you give him that respect?
I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm the rock, picking the rock, just throw a brick on the scale. I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm getting them stacks, but niggas are rat. They get pitching they tail. I'm trying to get to a cell. I'm trying to get to a cell.
It all started with that Florida trip. Couldn't afford a Vic. Man, I barely could afford a Vic. But they heard I'm moving sorta quick. Told the plug I need more of it. I can't keep running back and forth for shit. So he hit me with a quarter brick. Now I'm sorta lit. Bitches walk around naked snorting shit. And you know I'm feeling fortunate. And the money that I save, I ain't trying to buy no Porsche with it. I'm trying to go the Nipsey Hustle route. You know, buy land, start a business, be a boss and shit. When I was younger, blew 20K on getting the icy. Now I'm older, all I'm thinking, turn